Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's episode 5. We're gonna do this for maybe an hour and maybe 10 minutes. And please do ask these questions really fast, really quick, because you only have 1 hour window of opportunity to ask me these questions. So just make sure you ask them as quick as you can. So I'm just gonna wait for some more people to show up, and then we're gonna do this. Okay. Hopefully everything's running smooth. All right, there we go. Good to go. All right. All right, guys, you have 1 hour. Please do ask these questions, because if you come late, I'm not going to be able to answer those questions. I'm giving you guys an hour, so, I don't have all day long. What's up, First Never Follows, man? What's going on, dude? How you doing? I'm just doing, man. Not perfect, not great, not bad. Just all of the above, man. Just doing. Not going to lie to you. So how you doing, man? Do you have any questions, bro? Please, guys, ask me questions regarding the television. Don't ask me about my personal life or all this other crap. Just ask specifically technical questions, guys, please. This goes for you to First Never Follows, man. Ask me a technical question, dude. Don't ask me personal questions, please. Thanks, man, because I want this to be about the tech. It's not about me. It's about the technical questions. So unless you got any technical questions, man, what is this? Heartbreak Kid 023. If you want to ask me personal questions, though, you can ask me in the Facebook, but don't ask me here. Thanks, man. Q8. I'm just saying this in a future reference, guys, because I want this to be just the tech stuff. But I appreciate you asking me how am I doing, man. Thank you. Q8FN or 900F. Here's the deal. Both of the televisions are they're similar in peak brightness. They do have a similar peak brightness. The difference is that local dimming, it's a bit better on Q8FN than on 900F. And also the color accuracy, it's better on Q8FN than 900F. But one of the biggest difference between Q8FN and 900F is the fact that Q8FN has 120 hertz variable refresh rate with the FreeSync and very dynamic game mode feature where you can adjust the judder and you can manually adjust how you want your performance to be on the game mode. So it's like the Q8FN just blows Sony out of the water when it comes to the game. I don't think there's any TV out there that can touch Samsung right now when it comes to gaming. Samsung QLED high-end series, it's the best gaming television. You're not gonna find nothing better out there. So if you're into gaming, Q8FN just blows Sony out of the water. And I mean this like with no bullshit. Like it like detonates it out of the water, man. Like that bad, like really. No, I'm just saying for the future reference, though. I'm just saying for the future reference. That's what I'm saying, basically, because I want this to be just, tech questions. You know what I mean? If you don't have any tech questions, then, I don't want to waste my time talking about something else, because I want this to be 1 hour just dedicated for, technical stuff. You're welcome, Heartbreak Kid. Do I believe that Red Dead Redemption 2 have a lot of hours for gameplay? Yeah, man, it's a juggernaut of a game. It's a gigantic game. Not to mention the multiplayer. It's coming out in November. DLCs. I mean, there's gonna be so much to do in that game. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, I still play Red Dead Redemption 1. You gotta remember, man. It's like Grand Theft Auto 5. We're talking about Rockstar here, man. We're talking about a Grand Theft Auto with horses in Wild Wild West. There's tons and tons to do in Red Dead Redemption 2. You'll have tons of stuff to do in Red Dead Redemption. So yeah, dude, I would pay $200 for that game. No, I mean, really, I would. There's no question about that. Yeah, it's worth every goddamn penny. That's probably the only game that's worth every penny, in my opinion. Ask anybody who bought Grand Theft Auto 5. Did they complain about spending the money on the game? Hell no. They enjoy the hell out of it. It is the next generation game. You know, it's using a brand new engine, and it's gonna look real good, man. Wait till you see it next. Was it a week from now on Friday, October 26th in North America? It's gonna be amazing. Hello, Devon Pillay from South Africa. How you doing, man, Devon? How are you? Got any questions? Technical questions about? You guys can ask me about the Q8FN and also TCL, and you can ask me about the difference between these two. I can answer that for you right now. Carl Amor. Love your content. Thank you for your videos. I bought a 4K Sharp 55-inch UHD TV. Love it for the Xbox One X. TV is Sharp. Any good in your opinion? Thank you very much. Sharp, it's like Hinson's and those other, you know, like entry-level TCL type of TVs. I mean, they're okay. They will have 4K resolution. Okay, you're getting a 4K resolution. It's still a 10-bit television, but it's missing those ingredients. You know, it's missing those components like quantum dot, NBP photon technology. You know, it's missing these ingredients for you to get that full wide color gamut, and it's also missing that higher peak brightness. You guys have to remember, if you want to enjoy HDR, your television has to have those ingredients for the HDR format to utilize that onto a television, meaning you got to have that DCI-P. At least DCI-P measures the spectrum color 80% or 90%, you know, so you can get that nice color accuracy. But for a budget, I guess it's okay, you know. I know that in some countries, and especially in Africa, they don't have the TCL. So sometimes you got to go with what you got, you know, and I totally understand that. Not every country has TCL or what we have here in the United States or in the UK. Some countries, you know, they're still dealing with the economical issues and whatnot, so they don't really have that trade of different brands of televisions to be buying it, you know. And if they do have certain brands like Sony and Samsung, they're like sky high expensive. Like if you go to Brazil, if you want to buy Q8FN in Brazil, it's going to cost you about $8,000 to $10,000. I'm not kidding. All right, let's see what else we got. Is it worth it to buy a 4K Blu-ray movies DVD with HDR? Because I heard all 4K Blu-ray are not true 4K master. Well, they are 2K intermediate master to 4K. Basically, you're getting a 2K format that's upscaled to 4K. But you got to remember, it's still going to look better because it's using a higher bit rate. Okay, it's using more layers. The 4K UHD Blu-ray players, they're going to be encoded to a higher bit rate with 2K resolution upscaled to 4K. And then on top of that, the biggest kicker is going to be the high dynamic range. All of these elements are very important for 4K UHD Blu-ray, And also keep in mind, when you do buy a 4K UHD Blu-ray movie, you get everything. You get a Blu-ray copy of a movie, you get a 4K copy of a movie, and you get a digital copy of a movie. So why would you buy a Blu-ray movie when you can get a 4K UHD copy of a movie for $30 and get everything in it, plus better quality, better surround sound? It's just going to look better. So it would make no... Don't listen to those naysayers. Listen, there's a lot of dumb trash out there on the internet. People talking a bunch of nonsense. Don't listen to those idiots. 4K UHD Blu-ray, it's stronger than ever, and it's kicking ass. It's not me saying that. Go on to Google search right now, and you will see. Let's go to the next question. So yeah, listen, man, don't listen to these idiots. There's a lot of idiots out there, as it is. You know, it's the internet, so there's going to be idiots. Filter yourself from these stupid idiots. Let's go with the next one. Yeah, you're welcome, man. All right, guys, come on. Let's get these questions going. I got about maybe 50 minutes to go. I'm trying to help you guys answer these questions as quick as possible. So far, you guys are typing good. HDMI cable, how important it is? Well, it depends on what type of HDMI it is, you know, and how much of a bandwidth can it support. You know, majority of cables right now, they're HDMI 2.0, meaning they utilize the 18 to 20, I believe, Mbps per second, meaning they're able to transfer that higher speed of data. And the 2.0 chipsets can only support that 20, I think maximum 20 Mbps to be transferred between your device and your TV. Now, the only reason I recommend Belkin, because Belkin is already future-proof for 2.1 chipsets, HDMIs, and Belkin is utilized to transfer the fastest, the quickest data between your device and your TV, and that's what you want. You know, you don't want to wait forever for your device to communicate between your home theater and whatever you are bypassing on your home theater receiver. Some people have home theater receiver. On top of the receiver, they got the other audio video boxes. They got tons of stuff. So you're gonna make sure that you have a really good HDMI cables that can send that data quicker and faster. So that way you don't have to wait forever to switch between one input to another input. I've been to some people's houses, takes them forever. All right, let's go watch the game. And I'm using his Harmony remote control. Takes me forever to go between his stuff that he was watching and then to get to the TV so we can watch the football game. And I said, dude, you got truckload of bottleneck here with these cables that you got connected to. So that's why I recommend Belkin HDMI cables, because first of all, they're $30 and they're very efficient. I think I have 9 of them right now. They're all connected to my devices. I don't have any issues switching between whatever I want to switch on the inputs. Let's see what else we got. Is it better to use the Xbox One as a dedicated Blu-ray player? It depends on you. Are you like a hardcore movie buff? If you're a hardcore movie buff, then you're gonna go with something like Panasonic, or you're gonna go with Oppo. But Oppo, it's right now it's discontinued, and Oppo will cost you arm and leg. It's gonna cost you like a lot of money. But if you're just a casual guy, I'd say that's fine, dude. Xbox One X will get the job done. Honestly, it's not gonna look as great as Oppo or Panasonic, but it's gonna get the job done. You know. Let's see what else we got. Jonathan Carlson, is it same quality when you use DisplayPort and with DisplayPort converted to HDMI? So DisplayPort to HDMI is good quality. I'm to US. Hold on. I'm trying to make of that question. You asking something about your monitor with DisplayPort, I assume. Look, DisplayPort, it's perfect for the 144 hertz, 244 hertz FreeSync or G-Sync. FreeSync meaning AMD, G-Sync meaning NVIDIA. So if you're using a monitor and you want to utilize 144 hertz or 244 hertz DisplayPort, it's the best. Now, converter from DisplayPort to HDMI, there might be some bottleneck. I don't recommend that. What I recommend is straight up DisplayPort to the DisplayPort. DisplayPort out to the DisplayPort in. Directly from your graphics card so you can utilize that best possible performance. And that's what you want. Especially with the games like Black Ops, games like Battlefield. You don't want any kind of hiccup, man. You want to have that super steady performance. You want to make sure that you get the best possible, score on that game. So, yeah, DisplayPort. Whenever you are converting something, guys, there's going to be a bottleneck. It's not going to be super smooth because you're converting it. So, yeah, it takes it's not being direct, meaning you're trying to bypass it. So, you got to remember, in basic terms, it's always better when you're directly just going from one end to the other directly with the same output and input. But when you're converting something, then you got to bypass. And then right there might be some latency. All right, let's see what else we got. Versace Boy says, how is it? Thank you. You're welcome. How is the upscaling for 1080i cable? I'm coming from KS8000. I loved it. But TV broke. I decided to try an OLED E8 and upscaling. It's horrible. I exchanged it for Q8. Will it be the same as KS8000? No, the Q8 FN, it's going to blow that KS8000 out of the water. The deep dark levels, it's just going to be outstanding, or as I like to call them, beyond. If you've seen my previous video yesterday, you will see the deep dark levels are just simply outstanding. Some people say the local dimming, it's 40, it's 50. Listen, nobody knows what the local dimming is on the Samsung because it's hard to measure the local dimming. It's way too aggressive and you cannot turn that off. So it's hard to tell what the local dimming is. But considering it's a 55-inch and it's very aggressive, it looks pretty good. I mean, I haven't found any issues, man. I looked at it at the night from top to bottom. Dude, I done a bunch of tests looking at the deep dark levels. No light being leaked at all, man. I think at some point, I think it may be way too aggressive for 55-inch because you cannot turn off local dimming on Q8FN. You can only turn it to low and high. Low and high. So I don't care what anybody out there say. Everybody's got different charts. Everybody's got different measurements. Nobody knows for sure. Okay, because Samsung hasn't officially said what the official local dimming is on the Q8FN. We know for a fact the Q9FN, it's 300, over 300 local dimming zones. But Q8FN, it's still kind of in the water. It's kind of hard to tell. Everyone's having a difficult time to measure. Even our thing's having a hard time to measure local dimming. They assume it's 40 to 50, but they can't tell you for sure. It fluctuates because it's way too aggressive. So they don't know. So you can't take it for granted. Oh, it's 50, it's 60. No, nobody knows. Honestly, it's hard to tell because it fluctuates because it's way too aggressive. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing that it's way too aggressive? Well, it depends. Some people have find out because it's way too aggressive, then it might crush the deep dark levels a little bit in some scenes. You might not see the detail. I don't know. Look, everybody's got their own charts. I haven't seen anything being crushed. I've been testing it now for 7 days, so everybody's got different opinion on that. Now let's move on to another question. Let's see. Derek Christopherson. Have you considered reviewing computer monitors? Actually, I have a couple of computer monitors. But yeah, I mean, it depends. If you guys want me to, I can do it. I can review a monitor. Sure, I can do that. But you guys have to remember, I gotta, mainly people come to me for televisions. I have to stay true to what I'm about. I cannot be moving all over the place, doing this, doing that, People come to me because of televisions, and that's the main reason they click on my videos. They don't care about maybe me doing monitors or some other stuff. They care about the fact that I'm, you know, doing a televisions. But yeah, we'll see. Who knows? Hugo, hello, Mr4K. You're currently TV. It's a great leap comparing to your old TCL. Actually, I'm working on a video on that right now, as a matter of fact. I haven't finished it yet. I'm still kind of checking some stuff out so I can give you guys the accurate information. But so far, the difference that I saw between TCL R617 and the Q8FN, the most obvious difference was the peak brightness. I mean, that peak brightness on Q8FN, man, even when I moved the backlit to like 30, even when I move my contrast to like, let's say 38, that TV is still bright. I mean, it's ridiculously bright, man. I mean, really, it's like unbelievably bright. So it kills TCL right there in terms of peak brightness. But that's okay, because TCL only has 840 nits versus something that's 1600 nits, okay, which just blows it away. All right. Now, the second thing I did notice, the color accuracy, obviously, it's outstanding on the Samsung. But I'm also impressed with color accuracy on the TCL with the NBP photon technology. Considering that the TV is $600, guys, you got to remember, we're comparing something that's almost $2,000 versus something that's $600, and you guys will be impressed with the results. And I got to tell you, I'm still impressed. I'm still impressed with TCL and what TCL is doing for $600. Now, obviously, this is a big dog. We're talking about high-end televisions, you know, Q9FN, Q8FN, these are the big dogs, all right? But considering what TCL is doing for $600, it's pretty outstanding. Now, granted, it's missing some features like 120 Hz refresh rate. It's missing a FreeSync. It's missing like a really extensive dynamic game mode that Q8 has and Q9 has. But still, for $600, I mean, you guys will see when I do that video. I will explain everything. All right, let me go get some more questions. But TCL is impressive. I'm still impressed. I think TCL should get some kind of reward, some kind of award as like the best affordable premium quality 4K TV for $600. I mean, really, they should get something for that, in my opinion. I'm still impressed by that TV, considering the price. All right, sorry about that, guys. Let me see. Glio Runyon 3D 3RD says, I have a question. Should be a few comments back. All right, let me see. Have you considered reviewing computer monitors? Oh, I already did that. I'm sorry. What type is the HDMI cable you get with the Xbox One S? You get a high-speed cable. Same thing with the PlayStation. You get high speed. High speed, it's 2.0. So every console gets included with high speed cable, HDMI cable. That's pretty much what they call it. High speed, it's 2.0. Ultra high speed, it's 2.1. So they all come included with the high speed, which is 2.0. All right, let's see. Wayne Thomas, why does PlayStation 4 PRP HDR games run in a 8-bit HDR instead of 10-bit on 4K HDR projectors? Wayne Thomas, that's a good question. It really depends on the projector. I think it has to do something with the pixel shifter. Because of the pixel shifter, you have to remember something about projectors. It's not really a like it's not like a true native 4K. They're trying to cheat their way into presenting that high resolution to you. They're using a shortcut called pixel shifter. They're shifting the pixels to achieve that 8.3 million pixels, but it's not really a true native pixel by pixel 8.3 million pixels. I don't know if this makes sense. I might have to do a video to explain this, and you know, I'll do a video on this, and I'll explain to you what I mean by pixel shifter versus pixel by pixel. So what you're watching on a projector is not really a true native 4K. It's a bypass, if you want to bypass surgery 4K, you know. But I'll explain that. I mean, it would take me a while because I have to use a technical term, then I have to dissect that and explain how pixel shifter works with a DLP and then 3LCD technology. But I'll explain that to you guys. I'll make a video. I'll swear I'll make it very basic so you guys can understand it. Okay, I'll do a video on that, Wayne. I'll explain it all in basic terms so that way you understand. And I think that might be the reason why it's running in an 8-bit HDR instead of a 10-bit. So I think I'll answer that for you in the video when I do it. All right, let me see who else I got. I'm sorry, guys. I'm lacking here. I'm slacking. I'm slacking here. I gotta answer these questions faster. Hugo, hold on. If you had a chance to choose any TV you want for free, which one would you get if I had a chance to choose one for free? At the moment, right now, I gotta say Z9D. I have seen Z9D Sony right next to Q9FN, and Z9D still impresses the hell. I don't know, guys. Z9D just impresses the shit out of me every single time I see that TV. I know there's a Z9F, but I'm still blown away by Z9D. I mean, really, guys, I'm blown away by that goddamn TV. And I put it side. I mean, I was in Magnolia. I had it side by side watching the Avengers, the Infinity War. I gotta tell you, man, that viewing angle on Z9D, it's like, ooh, it's near OLED, dude. Think of it like OLED with ridiculous 1600 nits of peak of brightness. I mean, that TV is just freaking insane. I think it's probably the best TV Sony has ever made, period, at the moment. My opinion, guys, my opinion. All right, I'm not saying Q9F is bad, but when you put it side by side Z9D, I mean, goddamn, that Z9D has some outstanding viewing angles, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let me go down here. Mr4K, thank you very much for your help, for your honesty, and all the videos. Keep it up. You're welcome. J2, I appreciate your videos because you give honest, non-biased, factual information. Thank you, Jay. I'm just trying to give you guys a consumer point of view. Think of me as like somebody who's like a consumer, like you guys. I want to give you guys a consumer point of view, not a biased or an agenda point of view or fanboyistic point of view. I'm trying to give you the consumer point of view. All right, we got here Ben Halim Rauf. I want to take your advice for buying a cheaper monitor for PlayStation 4 with a low input lag. Oh, that's easy. Do you want a 1080p monitor or 4K monitor? What are you looking for? If you're going to go with a 4K monitor, you're looking at $300, over $300 to $400. That's just the way it is with the 4K monitors right now. But if you really want a good monitor for PlayStation 4, I say go with the Asus. Asus, man, they're 120 hertz. They're cheap. 1 millisecond response time. They're pretty good, man. Asus, you can't go wrong with the Asus. Asus is just my recommended monitors. All right, we'll get Versace Boy. Sorry, I didn't ask Mike correctly. I'm really talking specifically about upscaling for cable. There's a thing called the M cable. Some of my friends have reviewed the M cable. It does help a little bit, you know, but it's not something that you're gonna see a drastic difference. The M cable, it's something you want to use if you are watching, for example, if you're using a PlayStation VR and you want to extend that clarity, a little bit of that clarity on the PlayStation VR, you might want to use the M cable. But it's still, there's people on the fence about the M cable. Does it work? Does it not work? Is it really worth it? Should you pay that kind of money, over $100, for the M cable because it has a chip inside that amplifies the signal a little bit better? I don't know. Some people say it's a gimmicky. There's a gimmicky involved in there. If I ever get a chance to review an M cable, I will give you my thoughts on it. But right now, I'm hearing all kinds of different. It's a 50-50, man. It's split. It's kind of hard to tell. All right, let me. Expert Joey, like, comment, subscribe. That's right. Thank you. My moderator, Expert Joey, is here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see what else we got. Rohan Das Gupta. Hello, sir. Please tell me the ideal backlit for gaming in QLED. For the gaming, depends on your room, where you are. It's kind of hard for me to tell what you should adjust. You have to look at your room. You have to look at your surroundings. Do you have too much light? Are you in the bedroom? Is your lights turned down? Are they dimmed down? So it depends on your lighting environment in your room. So this is something you will have to adjust. Or there's another option. You can go to the settings and you can decide, go to the energy saver on your Samsung, and you can use automatic sensor. There's a built-in automatic sensor on, I might have to do a video on that, on Q8FN that automatically detects your environment lighting. So if it's too bright, then television backlit will be brighter. If it's too dimmed down, then it's going to be dimmed down according to that environment. There's a feature that's built inside the Samsung to do that. It should be on there. I might do a video to show you. It's kind of hard to find this feature for some of you because it's kind of complex to get to it, but I'll show you how to turn that feature on. I'll do a quick video. I'll show you. All right, what else we got? Which I should have done a video on that to show you to begin with. What else we got? Mohammed. Oh, I'm sorry. First, Wayne Thomas. He's his next one. Should I sell my 4K projector for a 75-inch Q6FN QLED TV? Here's the deal, Wayne. I would say it is a big TV, and here's the problem. Here's the problem. If it was a Q8N, if it was a Q8FN, Wayne, I would have said, hell yeah, 75-inch Q8FN, go for it. Here's the problem. It's a Q7. Q6 and Q7, they still use edge-lit. You know, it's a little bit better edge-lit than KS8000, but it's still an edge-lit. And when you got a big, gigantic TV like that, that's 75 inches, uniformity is not going to be that good on that edge-lit, man. You're still going to see that top to bottom light. You're going to see that light bouncing at night, bump, bump, like a ping pong, you know, bump, 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 bouncing up and down, up and down. When it's like very dark, on the dark scenes, you're going to see that light bouncing. So I cannot recommend it, man. I'm sorry. You got to go with a Q8FN. You're going to have much better uniformity because you got more aggressive local dimming zones. Or you can go for $3,000 with Q9FN, and you're going to get ridiculous 300 local dimming zones, like aggressive 300 local dimming zones, and you're going to be set with 65-inch with a Q9FN with insane 2000 nits peak of brightness. So yeah. Yeah, Q9FN all the way, bro. Go with it. Listen, Q9FN with 65-inch uniformity is going to be really good because you got 300 plus local dimming zones. It's very aggressive. And on top of that, you got 2000 nits peak of brightness. And of course, DCI-P measurement, which is 100% color accuracy. So you're going to be just high rolling with that TV. High rolling. Watching, I mean, your girlfriend, your friends can be sitting from the left side, from the right side, any angle. They'll be able to watch that TV. No issues. The TV is amazing. It's heavy. That TV, let me tell you, it is freaking heavy. I mean, really heavy. It's heavy. And the one connector box is gigantic. It's size of Oppo. I mean, it's big. So you got to make sure you got some space for that one connect box because it's huge. All right, because they built in cooling inside for the power adapter and everything. The whole thing, it's inside that power one connector, and it's gigantic, dude. It's like huge. That TV is just heavy. You will need some people to help you out. Open that TV, set up that TV. It's a freaking heavy son of a bitch. Anyway, sorry guys. In the UK, you guys have 55-inch, yeah, Q9D. It's called the Q9D. According to Vincent says, Vincent Teo from the AGTV tests, it's a Q9D, I think. It's a Q9D. That's what they call it. They don't call it F. They call it Q9D in the United Kingdom. Let me see. Dragon 6788. How big is the difference between HDR and Dolby Vision TCL 6 looks even better deal since Xbox now supports it. You mean how big the difference is between... Oh, I see what you mean. Well, here's the deal. Dolby Vision, it's a little bit brighter in terms of colors. So when you're watching a movie like, let's say, Infinity War, I did this comparison between the HDR version and the Dolby Vision version. I've noticed that some dark areas are brighter. It looks brighter. The colors will look brighter. The scenes will look much brighter. It's just a much brighter format. Because it's dynamic metadata. You know, it's not a static metadata that's locked at a certain peak nits of brightness and certain color. This is dynamic metadata, which means unlocked. It varies. It can go to as much as your TV can handle. So Dolby Vision will look much brighter. Let's see what else we got. Thank you, Expert Joey. Like, comment, subscribe. Mohammed Mustafa says, on Rthings, the local dimming for the Q9F, it's 400 nit. Well, there you go. It's even higher. Well, I did say 300 plus. So that's what I mean by that, 300 plus. But there you go. It's even more insane. But these measurements, they vary, guys. You know, some people say 300, some say 500, some say 400, 480. Everybody's got different charts, different measurements, and sometimes they come back and they do measurements again and again. This is the process when it comes. This is why it takes a while to do tests on these TVs, because it takes a while for them to measure, you know, the local dimming, the peak brightness, how far does it go, how much does it fluctuate, all of these things, the light that's emitting, how's the light being controlled on the dark areas, is it too much of a bleed light, are these local dimming zones doing a great job, is there any latency on that? So all of these elements takes a while for them to get a proper information. All right, what else we got? What's up, Miss Struders? How you doing, man? Expert Joy says, I can clearly see the Q8F, and it is a great TV. In your opinion, since 3 times the price of the TCL 6 series, is it 3 times the performance? Well, here's the deal. In terms of performance, yeah. I mean, you're definitely going to appreciate 120 hertz refresh rate. You're definitely going to appreciate a FreeSync. You can choose between the basic and the ultimate. And on top of that, you will appreciate the game mode. The game mode, it's very unique because you can adjust the game mode to your preference. How do you want your game mode to be? What stuff do you want to turn off? What things do you want to turn on? I'll have to do a video on that. The game mode is very unique. So in terms of that, it's also fast. Listen, when you turn on, let me tell you, when you turn on the Samsung with that Q chip that's inside, in an instant, man. Not even in 1 second. It's an instant. The TV turns on really fast, man. Turns off very fast, too. It's very responsive. The user menu, it's very responsive. Going to the apps, switching between the inputs, it's very fast. So performance is there, absolutely. You know, and of course, the biggest out of all is the peak brightness. You know, honestly, guys, if you live in an apartment, if you're not living in a big house, I think even 1600 nits, it's overkill. And then 2000 nits, it's even more overkill. You guys are, I mean, if you guys have experienced this, but 1600 nits has killed my eyes, honestly. That's how bright that TV is. Now, I can't even imagine something like Sony that wants to do 4000 nits, 10,000 nits. I mean, they're trying to kill us. They're trying to blind us. I don't know how they're going to do that. Jesus Christ. Unless you're going to be watching that TV like in, I don't know, Miami Heat Arena or something. I don't know. In a big, gigantic arena with a bunch of lights, maybe. But some of these peak, honestly, you're fine with 1500. It's more than enough, man, right now. All right, let's see what else we got. Hey, what's up, Struders? What's going on? Chintupat says Dragon 6788 TCL TV don't have Dolby Vision Profile 5. Don't work on the Xbox One X or S. I have to check on that. I didn't get a chance to check on it. As soon as I check on it, I will let you guys know. I need to check on that update. My friend Martin, he let me know about that update. I need to check on that update, as a matter of fact. All right, let's see what else we got. Mohammed Mustafa says HH. I don't know what you mean by that. Q9 FN55, 320 zones, and 65, 480 zones. El Landrano, it's kind of hard to tell, you know. Vincent Tio says, you know, and even Cedric said from our things, they all say it's kind of hard to tell because you can't turn it off. You can't turn off the local dimming, and it's really kind of hard to measure it. All they know that it's very aggressive, and uniformity is really good on 55-inch. So you'll probably get a better uniformity on a 55-inch than, let's say, 65-inch Q8FN. But it's very aggressive. Like the local dimming, it's very aggressive. All right. So, and Vincent find out that because it's way too aggressive, sometimes it crushes the deep dark levels on some scenes, like on The Martian. He saw that you couldn't see the stars because it was crushing the levels way too much because it's way too aggressive. But it's hard to tell what local dimming zones it's using. We know for a fact that 900F, it's about 40 plus, like 43 or 40 plus, you know. But again, it's still, the jury's still out on that one, guys. My only complaint about Samsung is why they didn't give us the option to turn it off, to turn off the local dimming. Why they didn't give us that option. You can't turn off the local dimming. You can only set it to high or to low. That's my only complaint about Samsung. Come on, guys. Give us the option to turn it off so that people can measure it properly, so we can get the proper results. Now, but Samsung's not saying anything. They're not saying, oh, it's aggressive local dimming zone. That's about you. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. It's very aggressive. All right, let's go to the next question. You recently bought, Mustafa says, hold on. Mr. Struder says first, hey, Eden, how can I do better live streaming instead of using my iPhone? You're going to have to get, what you call it, Elgato HD60 capture card, and then maybe get some green screen or something. And make sure that you have a really good internet service. You know, internet service is the key. If you want to broadcast, you got to have a good internet service, like a really good bandwidth speed. All right, let's see. Mohammed Mustafa says, I recently bought the LG UK 65, and I was really disappointed. Well, LGs are really not that good. Listen, LG only makes good OLEDs. They're only focused on making OLEDs, but they're not really focused on LCD technology that much. They don't put too much input onto the LCD. I think they're going to move on to micro LEDs because they're not happy with the OLED either. They're not happy with the sales. This is the truth. They're not happy with the sales of the TV. That's why they're dropping down the prices to $1,500. You can buy an OLED for $1,500 now. You can get a B8 for $1,500. That's how cheap the OLED is right now. There's a reason why the prices are dropping down. Okay. You guys have to stay with the current affairs. You guys got to watch the Bloomberg television. You have to watch the market. You have to keep an eye on these things, man. Stock exchange and all the trade commission, all that stuff. Anyway, hold on. What else we got here? Blah, 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 blah. Andrew Young says, what about motion handling when watching a cable TV on Q8FN versus KS8000? Oh, let me tell you, the motion flow on the Q8FN, which I have to do a video on that, it's outstanding. Even with the game mode, it's outstanding. Yeah, man, the motion flow on that thing, it's pretty outstanding. And I'll do a video on that probably tomorrow. I'll do a video on that where I'll talk about the motion flow. It's pretty darn good, man, on the Q8FN. Yeah, it's like as super soap opera as you're gonna get. Like if you love super soap opera effect, you're gonna get it with this one. But I'm not into really motion flow. I mean, it just, the movies look kind of, it looks like I'm watching a live documentary or something. It just, it's not good. I mean, I'm not into it, man. I'm just not into motion flow. I just can't get into it. It looks kind of hideous, you know. Yeah, that's because they're using IPS, and they're using IPS panels also with twisted. They're mixing it up with the IPS panel, and then they're using a very high contrast that really overblows the brightness level. It's just not that good. It shifts the bleeding light. Nanotechnology doesn't really, nanocell doesn't really help that much either. It just, you can't even find them anymore to buy them. They're not selling well. I mean, they're being almost discontinued. They're just selling OLEDs right now. They're selling B8 because they want to push the B8 sales for $1,500. You'll be able to buy an OLED this Thanksgiving for $1,300. Yeah, you'll be able to buy a B8 55-inch for $1,300. So if you want to buy an OLED, there you go. Get yourself an OLED for $1,300, 55-inch. Get a warranty for 2 years. But remember, it's a dying technology. It's not gonna. It's a dinosaur. It's slowly gonna die. It's like a cancer stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. It's gonna have the same fate as plasma. And I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'm saying this because that's the way it is. All right. All right. Let's move on. What else we got? Micro LEDs gonna be the next best thing. You'll see how thin the TVs are gonna be. You're gonna be as thin as the wallpaper. The micro LED is gonna be a kick-ass next technology. It's just you don't see it yet. You don't know it, but it's coming. Okay? And then you'll just forget about the OLED. You'll take a shit on the OLED. Like, OLED what? Smash that thing. That burn in. The garbage. All right, let's continue. All right, here we go. What else we got? Sorry, Mr. Shooters, man. I know you love OLED. I'm not shitting on it, but I'm simply saying, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. What about the motion handling when watching cable? I already answered that question. If you're buying an LG, it's OLED. Nothing, the LED range is no good. Yeah, they're not good when it comes to the LCD. Because they're not focused. Mr. Streeters, LG, it's not focused on the LCD LED backlit technology. They're going to be focused now on micro LEDs. Because they're going to ditch the OLED. They're done with the OLED. You know, they lost some money, as a matter of fact, on the OLED. They're hurting on the market for that. They'll be working on micro LEDs. That's coming next. You'll see it this January in CES Vegas, guys. All of this stuff I'm telling you right now, you'll hear about it on CES Vegas. It'll be shown, okay? That's just the way it is. Let's see what else we got. If you're buying LG, oh, I answered that. Thoughts on the Xbox from Honor Metal, on the X-Play, new cloud streaming, X-Cloud, I meant, not X-Play. I don't know yet, Honor Metal. I haven't really looked into the X-Cloud, so I'm not sure what my thoughts are on the X-Cloud. I'll definitely try to do some more research on that. I'll go check, what's his name? God. Major Nelson. I'll go to the Major Nelson. I'll go to the Xbox Insiders, and I'm going to do some more research on that to find out, and then I'll give you my thoughts. What else we got? Johnny Live says, what's the best HDR tips for TCL 55S405? Just try not to oversaturate the color. You know, keep the color at 50, keep your backlit high, keep your contrast high, keep your brightness at 50, and keep your sharpness at 20. You know, you can keep it at 20, that's fine. And then turn off all these other filters. You know, honestly, all these other filters, dynamic contrast, you can turn that off. That's what I would recommend, in my honest opinion. And if you're going to be watching movies, keep it on warm color. If you're not going to be watching movies on HDR, then keep it on standard neutral. You know, that's what I would recommend. You know, Mr. Unknown, KS8000 or MU70. Honestly, the thing is, 7100 is not as color accurate as the quantum dot. Did you say quantum dot? Quantum dot. It's a difference in color accuracy. NU7100 doesn't have that color accuracy as the KS8000 does. In terms of peak brightness, obviously KS8000 is brighter than 71. So it depends. You know, they're both okay.